don't do a ton of that anyway.
I don't do. Nope. I don't do a ton of work. I don't read. I don't look at emails. Nope, not one.
So I really like it for our coaching calls because then I've got a point of reference and then I don't have to take a bunch of notes.
I also
Which
have a.
I tend to
Well, I
do
wouldn't
when
say it. Mine's not one of the AI recorders. Mine's built into Zoom. So
I wish it wasn't so obvious. I wish it could just be a participant and not have a box, but it is what it is.
yeah, no. The command at fix or stop didn't work.
No, it didn't.
So
Sometimes it does
we
not.
will see. We'll see what happens.
You can boot it if you want, man. I'll
No,
send
no.
it to you.
We're gonna give it a ring. See what happens.
I'll send it to everybody if they want.
Everybody, you guys should have taken it yesterday. Yesterday's call. Phew, that was good stuff. We got a lot of comments after yesterday's call, so thank you for being a part of that. Okay, it's Monday, part two, also known as Tuesday. That's why they call it Tuesday, because it's the second day of the work week, usually Tuesday. All right, who am I going to call on for shares? Who's going to share this morning? Who's going to win? Celebration.
You
Something
got
you
a
just
win right
won.
here.
There you go. No, that's a FedEx package, dude.
I got a couple wins or one win.
What do you got?
I've been going on a lot more appointments the last week and a half. And then you know that guy that walked in yesterday, Dan?
Yeah, the guy that doesn't believe in cell phones because it's against his religion. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, so he calls Jenny and he's like, "Hey, I'm not gonna
Wait, hold on. How can he call Jenny? He doesn't believe in phones.
his
Just gonna
girlfriend
ask that.
his girlfriend calls." So his girlfriend's like his accountant's
Assistant?
phone handler. So she calls Jenny and she's like, "Hey, he doesn't want to work with the other guy. He wants Sheldon." So that was fun. I'll take it, I guess.
Talking shit to Jenny. Who you are in meetings like that. Come on now.
So
So
is he gonna use carrier pigeon or smoke signals?
How is he gonna fill out his documents? I mean, we really got to understand this stuff. I hear that the Pony Express only runs certain times of the month. And if you don't know the Pony Express, your school sucked.
I don't.
Okay, before we go on to the next, does someone else know what the Pony Express is?
Obviously.
Okay. Two of my 40-year-olds got it.
Damn it.
That's it. That's literally it. And I turn 40 next year, so like it's just us that knew it. Guys, the Pony Express is what the mail service became.
What it started as.
Or it started as, yeah. The
I
Pony
was gonna
Express
say
is
it's why we don't have daylight savings. So just shun it.
we
Right.
sh
We're like, we don't have
Amen.
ponies anymore, man.
we shouldn't have daylight
Except
savings.
Anthony, he's riding one in his car apparently.
That's because he needs new shocks.
California voted it out, but the
All
rest of
right,
the country said, no, no, you need to keep it.
other win celebrations.
I got one for you, Dan. I was reaching out to past contacts that I made back at open houses at my previous brokerage. One of them wanted to buy a house, but she was very strict and wanted to stay in the HOA community she was in,
Okay.
but wanted the house to have exactly what she wanted. Well, I reached out to previous leads from back in May, no, April or May. And she's all, well, I bought a house, but I have a listing for you if you want it. So I ended up
If you
taking
want it.
that.
Sold. I mean, if I have to take a listing, man.
You should have said, yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, no thanks.
Oh, that reminds me, I picked up a referral client yesterday from a referral partner.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay. Any other wins, celebrations? Eric, congrats on the listing. That replaces the listing appointment you didn't get to because your truck broke down. It looks like you're back in it.
It is. I got it working yesterday.
Oh, I thought you were just sitting in it, broke down in the driveway, doing your call.
I should have.
So what was the total fix?
Like price wise,
$12. The battery cable was loose.
I was like close to 4,000.
Okay. Well, at least it's done. It's done.
Would have been more if I took it to a mechanic.
And they probably wouldn't have fixed it as well as you did. So good job, man. Proud of you. So I shared in the group chat the other day how my win for the weekend was 3 listings that we got on Saturday and Sunday. Make it 4.
There you
Remember
go.
this? Remember I told you guys a couple weeks ago that I had the interview and I got beat by a guy who was in the business just a little longer than me? Remember that?
Yep.
And I told the clients, well, that I appreciate you guys. It was awesome talking with you. If that doesn't work out, give me a call. I'd be honored to help you out. They called me. They said we just didn't like the way that guy worked. It was very impersonal. He didn't seem like he cared. Yeah, he spoke a big game. He talked real good in the meeting. We'd like to work with you. So I got an email yesterday. So I'm sending off documents to sign and everything. And the niece sends me an email back. She goes, I'm super excited that we're working with you. Relationships matter. Not just your numbers and your prowess and how long you've been in the business. The lesson here is if you're going to talk a big game, what should you do?
Back it up.
Back it up. Don't talk about it, be about it. Show up, be there, be kind, be receptive, be coordinating, have a relationship with the people you're doing business with, because relationships equal real estate. That's all. That's it. All right. What conversations, topics, or objections you guys want to work on to make yourselves better so you can have better relationships, better conversations, better paychecks, and Eric can fix his truck better?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? I feel embarrassed, but
Well, good thing your
I
camera's not on. We don't know who you are, Oksana.
right. So I've been licensed, but I haven't been using the real estate license that much
Okay.
because we run short-term rentals, and so I feel like I'm handicapped, and I feel like hiding behind a computer it's really easy. You just do the run everything operational, but to be in front of people, I can come over the fear of doing something wrong with the money that people, um, trust me with. So what would be for me, what would be the best route for me to start? Would it be join the team so that would help me to get acclimatized in the real estate and follow someone as an example? Or would it be something just jump on the phone and try to actively pursue the for sale by owners or expires and do it that way? What would be the route that you would suggest for me to start, like to target first?
First and foremost, learn conversational questioning. Be more concise with your questions, conversations, what information you're trying to get across or get from. Next question here is I want to see who else is in the same boat that they have to overcome the fear of making a mistake, saying the wrong things when they're talking to clients. Everybody. Oksana, you're not alone, friend. It's actually one of the biggest hiccups that most real estate professionals deal with is the fear of saying something stupid.
Dan told me something at the Team Integrity Summit when I was sitting next to him. I went through something happened to me at that summit, but Dan told me this one thing and it's kind of stuck with me ever since. It like replays in his voice in my head. He thought, if it scares you, do it scared.
Uh-huh.
But just get out there and do it because you're not going to grow. You're not going to go anywhere if you just let your fear take over. So if you're scared, do it scared.
Let's just do it. Just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Now, here's the thing. Do you need to join a team? I don't know. It's up to you. I can tell you 3/4 of my personal team is on this call almost every day.
Mhm.
This environment right here, right now, is probably the most encouraging and growth-focused environment you'll be a part of.
Yeah.
Now, on your own, after this 30-minute block of time, go do open houses, call your sphere of influence, door knock, get a cold list, go to a team and say, give me 1,000 of your old leads that haven't converted. Let me bang on the phones for you. I'll pay you a 35% referral.
Mhm.
And that gives you instant access to people to call and dial on. Well, just like Eric was talking about, I went and followed up with my leads from May and April and March from the place I used to work at. Just because they're old leads, guys, old leads are probably higher converting than the new shit you get. People have to think about it, dream about it, pray about it, sleep on it for days, months, weeks, and years. And then all of a sudden, you haven't followed up with them in months. You decide to call them and they're like, oh, I bought something last week. It is such a pain in the ass. So when you get a list of old leads, don't think, oh, these are old leads, they suck. No, these are probably the higher opportunities that people are ready to make a business happen. There are countless stories of people out there that have had 1, 2, 3 years later, the clients finally are deciding to do something.
And is it something I can get at the office?
No, you have to go talk to a team. The office doesn't have
Oh,
those
team.
lists.
Okay. Yeah, so we have some teams. Yeah.
Ask a team and be like just like an independent contractor within the team structure. Like, let me just bang on some of your old leads and I'll pay you guys a 35% referral.
Oh, thank you so much for this.
But the
I will do
best
that.
way to get people, right? The absolute best way to put people in your database that are industry focused or real estate aspiring is to do open houses.
Hmm.
Sitting at the office, making phone calls is fantastic. I love that you're sitting down and you're making the dials. Sitting at home making the dials, fantastic. But nobody is going to walk up and say, hey, Josh, I want to buy real estate. Because there's 13 agents between the front door and you. And one of them, unfortunately, is me. And if you're in the Tucson office, most of those come directly to me. Because they're like, I want to speak to the broker. And it's usually someone that's really upset. Very few people come in and go, buy a house. 2 examples I can think of is Larry Ward. He was with us a couple years ago. Was sitting at the office, got a $1.8 million cash buyer that walked in saying, I want to buy a house. And another one was Mikey remember that Chris W guy? Can't remember his last name. He walked in and said, I sold my house with a Keller Williams agent. I want to deal with Keller Williams agents. And I walked him all the way back to Mikey's office because between the front door and Mikey, I was the only one there. But at an open house, you don't have to compete. You're the only agent there, usually, unless you're doing pairs. But then you split. So if you got a bunch of phone calls to make, find some open houses and sit the open house and do phone calls. Now your office is an active producer of your business. Not just, oh, I got to do an open house. No, it's I get to do an open house. I get the opportunity of somebody randomly walking into my house and saying, hey, Anthony, I want to buy and sell a house. Anthony's one of our veterans on the call, and I can ask him, how many times have you been in an open house making phone calls, getting mad that someone walked in and it wound up being a deal either that day or soon after?
Almost all the time. Well, even if they're not deals or not, it still pisses me off because I'm making calls. I'm talking to my sphere or setting something up. So when they walk in, I have to take a second and be like, and then put my game face on because it's like, to me, the call, even though, yeah, you're right, there's no competition, the calls are a little bit more important because that's people that's already raised their hand. I don't really have to convert them as hard as the people that are walking through the door. So I have to turn around and put my game face on. So I turn my I don't know what you want to say, but my mindset to them and focus on them versus the calls I'm making.
Yeah, but if you were just making calls at the office, would you get that additional opportunity? No,
Not at all.
not at all. So that's why I say, if you're looking for business, Oksana, there you go.
He's been watching Over the Top too much. He's flipping his hat.
Thank you.
He turns his hat around. He's all, I'm ready for the battle. All right.
Go make your phone calls outside.
Christina?
I do.
I said, go make your phone calls outside. I pace in the driveway. I'll like stand outside out front of the house. And I can't tell you how many people do like a slow drive by and they're not sure. And I'm like, I'll do a little like point, smile. I'm like, and then I like wave them like, come on, let's go.
See that graphic would have been really impressive if we'd have seen her, but it's just.
Oh man.
All right, Anthony, what do you got?
Ice cold.
Back to that mindset thing about fear of making the calls or being face to face or whatever. I don't know where I learned this. I don't know if it was the Marines or what, but that physical feeling, that biological feeling of fear and excitement. Think about it in all the things you've been excited to do and all the things you've been afraid to do. That physical feeling inside is exactly the same. It's our mind that's defining it, whether it's fear or excitement. So all you really have to do is pull that trigger or switch it and just say, no, I'm not afraid. I'm excited to do this. Because the emotion, the feeling inside is exactly the same. If you don't believe me, look back at all your times you've been excited and look at all the times you've been afraid to do something. It's there. It's the same feeling.
It's more like get excited to help people.
I like get excited to help people. James Tyson, he was one of my first mentors in sales, taught me, and he said, "Big man." James was a tiny little man. He goes, "Big man, help people solve their problems, and the pay will take care of itself." We start with the end in mind. We start with the end result, and that is we want to do something for our lives. We got to find how many people we need to help to get there, and we do so by getting out of our own way and getting into the business. So we all deal with fears, limiting beliefs, structure, struggle, and strife. But the ones that make it in this business, the one that make it in any business, are the ones that are willing to do it scared. Because like Anthony said, you just change your mindset from, oh, this is scary to, man, this is exciting. The fear of the unknown becomes the excitement of the unknown. Fear of success becomes the excitement of success. Because some of you are not fear adverse, you're success adverse. Because you don't know what success looks like. And I don't want my life to change. I don't want that discomfort because I want to stay me. I just want to live comfortable. Man, get uncomfortable. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations by making phone calls to people you haven't talked to. Do follow up to people that may say no. If I told you every phone call you make was a guaranteed yes, you wouldn't have any fear about making phone calls. Would you?
You might actually.
It depends on what questions you're asking.
Well,
Are you trying to kill me?
as
Yes. Yes.
a lot of agents I find, in coaching, they're not afraid of the no, they're afraid of the yes. That's why they don't make the phone calls.
Yeah, because you don't know what happens next. That's why I said fear of success. Yes, Anthony.
That's true.
One more thing that kickstarts my day on the calls, because we like Dan said, we all face that. We all face that, no matter how long you've been in the business, whatever. I always start with home anniversaries and birthday calls, because all those calls are not only exciting to do, but they are welcoming to the person that's receiving them. So right then and there, you already have your win for the day. It's almost like make your bed. You already had a successful morning with that. The next call shouldn't be a problem because you already created that mindset around it.
So it's the positivity, like charge up with positivity and go help the world. Is it? Don't
Yeah,
focus
and
on
then have the-
details, just kind of look over the whole journey ahead of time where you want to be.
People will forget what you said to them. People will not forget how you made them feel. So if you deal with the people aspect of our business, you're helping them. I've got a seller. I was taking photographs yesterday. I've met this lady twice, literally twice, in her house for the initial listing consultation. We sat down, we had 45 minutes of conversation. And then yesterday at the photos, once we were done with I was there for about 2.5 hours with them, having conversations, making connections, talking about everything but the house, talking about their life, their experiences, what they do, joking stories, laughing. And as I was leaving, I went to shake her hand. She goes, "Nah, none of that crap." And she gave me a big old hug. She goes, "Tell your family I say hi. Give your kids big love for me. I love them because I love you. Have a good night. Get home safe." This isn't about the house, people. This is about the people.
Those are the best ones. My buyers right now, or my sellers right now, Dan, on the compound house that closes tomorrow, thankfully. Everything. The first time I saw them in person was when we were already listed, we were already under contract, and like finally they come into town, and like literally she just like biggest smile, just so happy, and just went right in for the hug like on first meeting. It was so cool.
Yeah. And those are the moments that reinforce this statement: is real estate equals relationships. So are you afraid to make friends? Then get out of your own way. Get that excitement, get that initial win going, and that's your mindset, your motivation, your morning ritual that gets you ready for business. And then go do things that are going to create relationships with the people you're talking to. I'll tell you this. My success in everything I've ever done has come down to my willingness to find out what make people tick. I get to know people. I get in their skin. I get in their heart. I get in their family. I find out what drives them because those are the decision makers, not the logic behind it. That's why you'll hear me say a lot, and Oksana's new to this, but she hasn't heard this a lot, but a lot of you have, is lifestyle over logic. It's not always going to make sense, but it does align with the person that they're trying to become. Right? It's just like the small guy that drives a big lifted truck. There's a lifestyle he's trying to emulate. Or little guy. There's a lot of business to be had. Even if the market's shifting and we're in a weird buyer confidence area where people aren't buying and sellers aren't doing, we've had a lot of deals happen this last week. We've had some houses go under contract. We've had some buyers come out of the woodwork. We've had some sellers finally get off the boat and say, we're ready, right? Because so long of uncertainty just becomes normality. If buyers are in the market for so long and the rates are so high and so high and so high, 6 weeks later, are they saying the rates are too high? Yeah, but they're doing it anyways. Because it became normal. Just like you being uncomfortable, making phone calls, doing open houses, asking questions, asking for the business is super uncomfortable now. But when we put more intensity behind it, right, Sheldon? We start to get more business. We start to get more connections. We start to get more information that allows us to navigate the tough objections that buyers and sellers have. And over time, we start to create a better environment to have conversations in. We're asking better questions. We're asking for more clarity. We're getting some clarity up front instead of assuming. We're getting rid of half-truths. We're speaking in wholes. We're speaking better to ourselves, right? Even this morning, my son's going into what they call REACH testing. It's for advanced and smart kids. I know none of us were in that program. It's okay. I got it from his mama. Well, this morning he's getting in the truck and he goes, "Daddy, I hope I do good today." And then he stopped himself. He's like, "No. I will do good today."
Love it.
And I was like, "Great job, buddy. I'm proud of you. Go knock it out." I didn't have to stop him. I didn't have to change the way he spoke. He's been in the environment long enough to know that hope is not a strategy. But then he spoke to himself, not just to me, he spoke to himself, "I will do good today." And this kid is super, super stressed out about the testing and he's super worried. He even told Jess last night, he goes, "If I don't do good, are you still going to love me?" I'm all, "Buddy, you're the smartest kid in this house, including your father. Of course we're going to love you."
So sweet.
But you remember that these heartfelt moments we see in kids live in every one of you. Because part of you have that same existence. Like, if I fail, are you still going to love me? If I don't show up, are you still going to love me? If I don't perform at top level, am I going to be acceptable? Yeah, guys. I want you to fail. But I want you to learn from it. So the next time you do it, you don't fail. You win. Fail forward. Fail often. Miss Hurlbert, hands up. What you got?
I was just gonna say, Oksana, also, like, even the top agents always have like doubts at times, right? They always have questions, and that's why there's resources like this call, like the broker roundtable that we have through our brokerage. I think sometimes we get in our heads like, I have to know all the right answers. I have to have the answer at the time that they ask me, and it's totally okay to have, like, I have a go-to phrase. If it's something that I don't know and I don't want to look stupid, I'm like, you know what? Let me just double check on that because I think there may have been some change or something around that. Let me just verify. I don't want to give you the wrong answer. Let me just double check on that. And then I'm like calling Dan, from
Oh,
the
thank
car,
you.
like, I don't know what this is or what are they talking about, you know? But like it really is true, fake it till you make it, because there are so many resources and you can usually get them very quickly, either calling, you know, your broker, like another agent that you look up to or know that they know the info, and then get back to your clients. Hey, I just double checked on that. You're absolutely right, or this is this, da da da, da, and you come back around.
Yeah. Oh, or maybe use the broker bot to even find out the information, do you think? But take the time and tell them that you will have to look up the information to show them that you care.
Honestly,
Not
that's what
make
most
it
people
dumb.
care about. Most of the people that probably the phone calls that Dan gets are probably people that are like, my agent's not communicating with me. My agent's not listening to me, right? Like they don't expect us to have the answers right then and there most of the time. It's just, are you a reliable person that is going to get the information, get the answer, and follow up with me, communicate that back
Yeah,
in a
I'm,
time
I,
limit?
I do it every time with all the renters that are coming through our properties, but somehow I stumble on the part that I feel like a new agent, and I mean I am a new agent, and I take recon role plays and recon master call, and I see there's so many great agents, and they just already have everything figured out, everything articulated. They know how to do it. They know how to ask the right questions. And the more I take it, the more I listen to how they talk. And this is so obvious that there is a system that is involved. There's like 3 different steps. You take that, but at least at the same time, don't forget to be engaged into conversation and really involved into feeling what the other person in front of you feels like, so you can help them. And it just that like you said, you know, like the practice make things better, and you can't just sit at the table and expect know everything and just go and do it. No, you have to fail. Yeah. So that's the hurdle of me, like remember the questions, remember how to phrase it versus focusing on the conversation. I'm just at the point where I'm doing one thing at a time. I can really overcome and do everything together.
Well, I think it was a Jim who said, like, just get out there, literally get out
Yeah,
there. Like,
yeah.
don't get in your own way. Stop having imposter syndrome, because no matter how much you think you're not qualified for it, you're well more qualified than the people that you're helping.
Uniquely qualified with your existence in life. Now, Oksana, do you know who Ed Milet is?
No.
So I want you to look up Ed Milet. I am going to find.
Is it like a writer or
He's a speaker, writer, speaker, podcast host, all around good dude.
and it's Ed and then the last name.
I
Yeah,
think
so
Mylett.
in your command, so
Oh yeah, I see.
in your command under connect. So through command under connect, I want to search Ed Milet. It's the first one, Family Reunion 2023. Listen to it. It's 142 minutes. No, it's an hour and 40 minutes long. It is well worth the investment in time.
Thank you so much.
Anyone's watched that Ed Milet
I'm
video?
looking it up literally right now. I did not know you could
I
get that.
have. It's incredible.
I'm gonna brag. I was live. I was 4 rows off of him the entire time. He probably could have spit on me and I'd been less mad. But I was there, and the message is super impactful to this type of mindset. So watch it, listen to it, take notes on it, watch it again. The beautiful thing about the Keller Williams Inner Sphere is it's there for you. Again, through your command, search and connect. 2020 Ed Milet. That's all you got. EDMYLETT. And then Jim Fuller put it in the chat for those of you who are lazy and don't want to search. Thank you, Jim, for making it easy on them.
Oh yes, family. Okay, I found it. It's almost 2 hours. Thank you so much for all of your help.
I want you guys to remember this last thing as we go, right? In your life, things are either bills or investments. You decide. Same with people. Boom. All right. Thank you for this morning, guys. Great questions. Good conversation. Go do some open houses. Go do some follow up. Go do something to generate some wealth, because I know you can. Was today worth your time?
Every day.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Good.